Well, hello and welcome to a Sunday daily, which has some campaign features coming with it. Yeah, let's dive into this kingdom. And yeah, that one looks certainly very, very interesting. We have two effects that have, one of them affects the layout of the kingdom in doubling the Duchy pile, and the other one affects our starting deck where apparently one estate has been replaced with a potion that we get to start with. So, as always, let me start by going through the cards and landscapes in the kingdom. And if you already know all that stuff, then feel free to skip through to the part where I explain, where I analyze the kingdom or where I play through the kingdom. So, first up, we have costing one potion, which you can see now. We have Vineyard, which is a victory card worth one victory point per three actions cards you have. Super strong source of victory points, and yeah, I can only recommend at least considering going for vineyards instead of provinces in kingdoms that feature these. They are really good. Of course, sometimes there are no cheap or good actions that you can spam, then probably you should think about it, but they are really good alternative victory points. Then we have Herbalist, plus one buy and a coin for spending one action. And once this turn, when you discard a treasure from play, you may put it onto your deck. And this is one of the remaining weakest cards in Dominion, I'd say. But sometimes you gotta buy that Herbalist for 14 coins if you are lacking plus buy in your deck. No, I'm kidding. In this kingdom, there is a better source of plus buy. So probably we're not going to go for it. Top decking a treasure that you discard from play is usually a horrible idea because it slows you down. And yeah, the effect is just very underwhelming. Scrying Pool, we saw this one yesterday, I believe. And Scrying Pool is a attack card, action attack card, giving you plus action, and then draws, and then you look at your top card, and you look at the opponent's top card, get to decide to discard or keep them, and then you draw cards until you draw a card that is not an action. So this one can draw you a bunch of actions if you have a bunch of actions in your deck. Yesterday it wasn't really viable as there weren't any spammable actions, and the kingdom also had alternative ways of drawing, but here it looks really juicy. Next up we have Market Square, which gives a card, an action, and a buy. And you may discard a market square whenever you trash a card from your hand. That's not the market square, of course. And then you gain a gold, and that makes market square a really nice fast payload card. Next up, we have Alchemist, plus two cards and an action, so a lab effect. And also at the start of cleanup, this turn, if you have a potion in play, you may put this onto your deck. So yeah, very, very nice, especially if you don't need to buy the potion first, like we do in this one, because we're starting out with a potion in our deck. But yeah, usually also the three and potion are a bit expensive. Like Scrying Pool is usually a stronger choice. Next up, there is Familiar. Plus one card and an action, and each other player gains a curse. So a cantrip cursor that also costs three and a potion. And yeah, at least early on, I would go for those instead of alchemists all the time. Then we have Broker, which is a bit like Apprentice we saw yesterday, although it doesn't give an action on play, but per one coin, the card you trash with it costs, you get to do a bunch of different effects. Either you do plus one card, or you do plus one action, or plus one coin, or plus one favor per coin the trashed card costs. So really nice. especially if you trash like a 4-cost card that is destined to be trashed, like rats. Now, rats, yeah, is a very unique card. Uh, Also in a way that it comes with 20 copies of it in the pile instead of just 10. And it gives you a card and an action. Then you gain another rats. And then you need to trash a card from your hand other than rats. Or you reveal a hand of all rats. So they breed like crazy, but they also are really nice trash for benefit targets. You can, for example, broker rats, then you immediately draw a card. Maybe you draw a market square, which you can react, whatever. And then after drawing the card, you can decide what choice you want to do for the broker. And yeah, they can, as I said, they can breed like crazy and clog your deck. And once you have nothing but rats, you have to rethink your life decisions. But that's why it's really important to have other trashers in your deck with them. Next up, we have Magpie. Speaking of breeding like crazy, Magpie gives a card and an action. You reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a treasure, put it into your hand. If it's an action or victory card, you gain another Magpie. So these also breed. Especially if you have an action-dense deck, then they pile really quickly. Then we have Town. Choose one, +1 card and 2 actions, so village effect, or +1 buy and 2 coins. And you already see it, +1 buy and 2 coins as a choice is much stronger than Herbalist. I mean, it also costs 4, but the price hike from 2 to 4 isn't insane, and it's just a much, much better card all around. But yeah, Herbalist is just very weak. So this is a pleasant village and also plus buy option. Looking at this kingdom, or before I forget, we have three landscapes. One of them is a landmark, which modifies or specifies a different way of somehow gathering victory points. This one is Orchard. When scoring, you get 4 victory points per differently named action cards you have 3 or more copies of. So let's say we have, at the end of the game, we have 3 copies of rats, magpies, towns, scrying pools, whatever. Let's say 4 times that. We score 16 points extra. Really nice. So as you see, there are a lot of options of really great scoring here with Vineyard and Orchard. And also 16 duchies in the pile. I mean, this is so random. They're never going to pile here because the kingdom is just much too strong and will end on something else. But you got those 16 duchies if you want them. Next up, we have Delay, which is an event which doesn't cost any money, but it costs you a buy. You need to buy it. You may set aside an action card from your hand and at the start of your next turn, play it, which can be really pleasant, plus a really pleasant reliability. And with cheap plus buys, such as Market Square, or, well, the town isn't really cheap, but especially Market Square is spammable, you can use this to set up the coming turns. Finally, because Broker is a liaison that can give you 1 favor per 1 coin the trashed card costs, we also have Cave Dwellers, which is an ally, and we may spend a favor at the start of our turn to discard a card and then draw a card. And we may repeat that as desired. So yeah, very, very simple. But yeah, I don't know how much it's worth going for favors here actually, because you rather want to have one of those really good effects than being able to cycle at the beginning of your turn, probably. And because also there is delay to set up the coming turns, you want to probably preferably use that. So almost 10 minutes of kingdom introduction, but for a Sunday kingdom, I think that's not too bad. We've had longer ones. Now let me talk about what we're going to try to achieve in this kingdom. When looking at this kingdom plot here, let's analyze this one. It says that we have a bunch of gain, attack, and alt VP and draw, and that's true. There is just so much of that stuff lying around. We have a bit of village in town. We have and also broker. We have thinning in rats and broker. So I mean, rats isn't thinning. Let me be clear, but broker is and can work well in conjunction with rats because rats can turn your coppers into 4-cost cards into other rats that also draw you a card when you trash them. So what we want to do here is going to involve lots of rats and brokering, but we also need to be careful to not neglect the attack part because familiar is a strong attack, especially if you get to open with it. You are going to be able to drown your opponent in curses, and the opponent is going to try to achieve the same with you. So yeah, we are more or less destined to open familiar. But yeah, I think the general idea will be to get familiars, rats, and brokers, maybe pick up a magpie along the way. And there are two reasons, or yeah, multiple reasons why rats are so great here. One is that, well, of course, they're great value for broker to trash, but also there's Scrying Pool, which cares about drawing your action cards. And if you replace all of your starting coppers and estates with action cards, you are going to draw further through your deck with Scrying Pool. And since we have a potion in our initial deck already, after getting one or two familiars, I think maybe two is a good amount, we are going to pick up scrying pools that are going to help us draw our deck. And yeah, let's see whether we will pick up the magpie and when we'll pick up the magpie. Scoring should be done via orchard primarily. Maybe we will need to pick up a vineyard along the way somewhere. But looking also at those magpies and the curses, the magpies and curses are going to run really quickly. Maybe rats will also be a target of piling out, especially if you can somehow get ahead in points and then do a rats out. I think we did that once in that Possession Rats Kingdom. Then this might end really, really quickly. We also want to pick up market squares whenever we hit 3, I think, just to have some plus buy to be able to set up the coming turns. And yeah, now let's talk about openings. There is a lot to discuss and consider here because of cave dwellers and also because of the weird starting deck composition. We have the 3 potion and 4 copper in the next hand, which is, in my opinion, the best split you could wish for. We are going to be able to open familiar, and immediately on turn 2 we can discard the estate to draw into these cards here, and there could even be a consideration of discarding a copper instead of the estate to make sure we hit 3 potion again. But hitting 2 potion isn't too bad here on turn 3, of course, then because you can pick up a scrying pool. On turn 2, depending on what we draw, no, but actually not depending on what we draw, I think I want to pick up an early rats. I want to go for rats first before going for brokers, but then I want to follow those rats up with brokers as soon as possible. A situation we don't want to end up in is having more than 3 rats and no broker. That would be quite devastating. Yeah, on the 4-3 potion, if we had the reversed hand, I think I would open rats and familiar as well, but I wouldn't trigger the shuffle with the cave dwellers on turn 2. On the 2 coppers potion and 2 estates in the first hand, I would be quite sad, of course. I would just bite the bullet and pick up a scrying pool, which isn't great in the early game. And then on the 5, I would pick up a rats as well. That is a much less optimal opening. Maybe in that case, I would also trigger the shuffle in hopes of finding the potion earlier again to pick up familiars, because you really just want to hammer in those curses to slow down the AI, and also not eat too many curses yourself. And on the 3 coppers and 4 coppers potion in the second hand, I would open Market Square Familiar, I think, and also not to be all too happy about my life. But yeah, I think all of this should be good. Now let's start. Let's pick up the familiar here. Do we want to discard copper or estate? So the bad thing about discarding estate is that we might hit 2 and potion on the next turn. The bad thing about copper is that we might not hit 4 this turn, and I think not hitting 4 this turn can be, I mean, there's a 1 in 7 chance we don't hit 4 if we discard copper. Let's discard the copper. Let's and maybe be sad, and then we'll need to pick up a market square, but oh wow, we already do get to curse the AI. This is amazing. Even before it shuffles here, right? Did it? No, it actually resolved the cave dwellers. So it does shuffle in that broker. We do get to hit 3 and potion next turn again. So let's pick up a red seer, pick up the second familiar, curse the AI once again, draw potion again, and now at this point I think I already like going for Scrying Pool. Now this is amazing. We do get to find enough money to get a broker in. Let's discard this copper, top deck AI's estate. Here I think I already want to trash the rats just because, I mean, if I had found an estate, it would be a different story, but we really don't want to. No, actually it's okay. I think. Hmm. And we can. Well, the options aren't too great. I actually was not. Well, we do have another rats in there, so right now we should just delay the broker, trash this rats for plus cards to just get through the shuffle a bunch. And the next thing we really want to pick up is we don't want to play with rats right now, I think. Well, we can replace one of the curses with rats, that's okay. And actually we can also replace the estate with rats, that's also okay. But we really need to be careful what to get next. Now, I kind of regret not having picked up a plus buy yet, but at this point we just want to. Is it time for a plus buy right now, or do we wait another turn and draw the trash? I think we want to plus buy in now. Now at this point, I don't play any of the rats. I just pick up another market square, I suppose. We eat some more curses here, which isn't great. AI discards the potion for us. Let's play this market square. A gold won't be of much use yet. And yeah, play this. There should be a bunch of actions in there, no? And now the familiar is kind of useless, but yeah, I think what we want to do here is nice. We find this. We want to, I think, just draw through all of this, even though that means we don't get to buy super great stuff, but we can delay this this market square, and we can pick up another broker. Now this one can amazingly draw here. We get to draw here. Get to replace those curses with rats. We do get to... Oh no, actually we want to delay this broker for trashing the rats next turn. This is going splendid. Now I think if we now put in a Magpie, they should breed really quickly, and we will get to... don't forget to delay this. We will get to get closer to a pileout very, very quickly. And the AI is just enormously far behind because it doesn't have that much trashing. It just has one broker, while we do have a bunch of trashing. And see, oh no, the Magpie didn't. Well, I should have set it up better. That was bad. Let's see what we have here. I can keep that on top. I don't care. Let's play this. And yeah, let's actually turn a few more coppers into reds. Right, this is 9 money at this point. With a potion. So 2 for Scrying Pool. Then we'll have... Sorry, I'm counting what we're going to do. Yeah, I think we can get rid of a few more coppers. This will just also make the Scrying Pool draw a bit better next turn. And yeah, we do want to delay the Familiar, I think. And pick up another Scrying Pool or another Market Square. I think actually, yeah, for doing the Market Square thing, I might have done the rats thing once too often. That's not... Let's trash this rats. This will be 7 money. We only need one less money than that. We only need 4. Let's trash this. Get a coin here. Delay the Familiar. Pick up Market Square. Scrying Pool. And we find a Scrying Pool here, which is really important. And see how we already have 12 points due to the Market Square, Scrying Pools, rats, and yeah, I think that's it. Now let's try to set up Magpie draw this time. Top deck this, draw a bunch. Let's put one of those into the discard pile. Can in principle pick up golds here, which might mean that our magpies won't breed. There are two more coppers in here, right? I think, yeah, we can discard one for now. How are we going to do this? I think we cannot really win this turn yet. The rats pile out isn't quite there. The magpie pile out will also be just too hard. Now let's draw here. Draw here again. And oh no, that was bad, I guess. At least we get to discard 3 market squares here. The magpie doesn't breach, so nothing in that front. We get to draw here. Play the 3 market squares, delay a broker. Oh, I should, of course, play my treasures first, delay a broker for next turn, either actions or draw, let's see. And now, I think next turn we'll be able to win. So let's pick up just market squares. And I mean, for extra points, we could pick up a familiar. Could also pick up a magpie to have higher chances of them breeding. AI does some scrying pool stuff, but yeah, it's just way too far behind. Also on the cursing. How many curses? Yeah, it has 5 curses left in its deck. And yeah, it got, I mean, it got the the orchard points on the Herbalist. So congratulations, AI. It also got the orchard points on Alchemist now. Congratulations, AI. But yeah, this is not really competitive here. It did curse us a bunch in the early game, but we got to do some red stuff. Now here's a consideration. Do we want to trash rats or gold? Gold draws us one more. Rats we don't really need in our deck. Let's trash the rats. Oh, we get to discard a market square for... what do we want from this? Do we just want coin? Yeah, let's go for coin. Mm, oh, do we not draw here? That would be... Maybe I was too cocky. No, why should we not draw here? Really? Let's play this Magpie. Now finally they get to breed a bit. Draw here. And now we will be able to set up Magpie breeding. Oh no, I shouldn't have played that yet. That was bad. Now there's another Magpie in there, right? Yeah, we gained 2, so if we play rats now, trash the potion, we will be able to empty them and also empty the market squares. Right? Am I overthinking something? No. No, actually the magpies might not breed. But let's try. Do we want to discard here? No. Let's hope we draw the magpie here. 50-50. We do draw the magpie, so now they almost breed. We can kill another gold. And at this point, maybe just discard a few market squares. Oh no, actually, let's not discard all of them. Yeah, I'm not playing this really super well. Let's get an... So the last card we have in here is a gold, right? Let's get an action still. Get one more magpie. Turn one of those golds into a magpie. And now finally we could also do a fun rats out, but I also just like not doing that. Or do we want to do that? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. What scores more? If we play 4 rats, we'll have 7 money. No, we'll have 10 money. We maybe shouldn't have, yeah, we for sure shouldn't have trashed the potion if we wanted to max points, because Vineyard is freaking 10 victory points right now. And if we buy the market squares at 12 money, I think it comes down to the same thing. So let's do the fun thing and just go for all of those rats. There we go. We piled them. Now we can get a broker for 4 points, and we can pick up Herbalist for another 4 points and delay rats because, yeah, you gotta set up your next turn at all times. And yeah, this was a quite a nice cruise to victory, but I'm sure there were many decision points that I could have played, in a better way. I just want to see how many curses did the AI trash. So AI gains 3 curses there, I gained a curse there. AI gained 2 more curses here. The 6th curse here. So oh well, we won the curse split 7-3, I think. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, given our opening, which was really, really nice, it's not yeah, it's not a surprise we got to stomp the AI the way we did, but I liked the way you could do Magpie rat stuff to force or try to force the pile out. My Magpie plan didn't really work out the first 2 times I played my Magpies, but I also really could have played this one better. Then I like having 2 familiars and not just one, and 3 would have been too much already. I like the draw in with the cave dwellers. Maybe we should have trashed for favors sometimes. Maybe yeah. I mean, there were many choices where I wasn't completely sure, but where I was at least thinking that the choice did all right things for us. We should have picked up a market square earlier, although I also don't really know when that point would have been because it competed with familiar that turn 3, and yeah, overall fun kingdom. I think especially the twists with the extra potion in the starting deck quite had quite the effect. But yeah, there was lots going on, and with that, I think I'm brabbling all too much. There is not that much value for you in there in that, so I'll just skip the recording, stop the recording, and we'll try to catch you in the next one. Goodbye.